Good afternoon, 7th grade. It is Sunday afternoon, and I'm thinking about the review that we're going to be having tomorrow in Tanakh class. So, welcome to class. Remind yourself where we are. We're now going back to Tanakh. It's been a while. We were learning about Chagim, and now we're going to be learning about Yehoshua. Remind yourself, who is Yehoshua? Who has he taken over from? If you need some reminders, look at verse 1 in chapter 1 of Yehoshua. Remember, table of contents will help you find the page. Now that we have this new leader, the new leader faces some problems, and I'd like you to remind yourself, which kind of problems is he facing? Also, how does he relate to the Jewish people? Find instances in chapter 1 that what he does to show us that he is a good leader already, that he has the characteristics of good leadership. Remember, we had made a list about what we consider good leaders. Remember how we chose what type of leadership skills you guys have? So let's just remind ourselves about all this. Okay? Question. Why does it say rak chazak vehematz? You should only be strong and determined. Why does it say that 4 times in this chapter? Another question that you need to answer. Remind yourself about how the parcels of land are going to be separated, dealt out amongst all the 12 tribes. How many tribes are going to be on the other side of the Jordan River, and how many tribes are going to cross into the Jordan River and go into the land of Israel? So these are the types of questions I want you to remind yourself. While we're here, I want you to underline or highlight those words that you think really are helpful to us to remember what's the most important thing in this chapter. And finally, on a piece of paper, write your name. Now that you've reminded yourself everything, write chapter 1, and this is our review. If you had to divide the chapter up according to ideas, I want you to divide up the chapter, say verse 1 to 5. Give it a little heading, call it something. This was a technique that my Tanakh teacher used to do. Her name was Nechama Leibowitz, and she was a very famous lady who taught Tanakh. She also wrote a lot of books, and she lived in Israel. And so let's divide our chapter into ideas, into headings. Give it a heading. What kind of ideas are mentioned in those verses? Okay? When you're finished, we're going to be talking about this in class. I'm going to give you about 15 minutes to review all this, and then let's get back to each other. Take care. Bye for now.